So this is a piece of theater. This is actually a
Yeah.
piece of theater. All those things you always wanted to ask about, but didn't know who to talk to, and here you
Yeah.
are, you have a person who has crossed into the light
Yeah.
and someone who talks to people who have crossed into the light.
I think that's what our project, our play is about. It's really a conversation about these things and these feelings and making a difference in other people's lives, each of us, and a ripple effect, I guess you could say, that we all have.
And somehow on stage, we hope we can leave people with a little bit of hope that there's something beyond this world.
And I think that Providence of the Heart, the show that we're doing, is that conversation live on stage. It's like it's a conversation. It's sort of like a cross, I guess, between like a TED talk, like an inspirational talk with the audience, as opposed to a strict play. There's sort of a breakdown of that fourth wall where we're going to be talking, directly to people, but it's not a Q&A kind of a thing, but sharing stories of exactly that, these journeys of how we were motivated and changed and how we saw signs along growing up. For me, psychic things that happened to me that scared the bejesus out of me, and then I learned to accept it. And for you, as you started to see things and feel things as well, and that's the link we all have, so many of us. So that's kind of what this project is about, and I know it's hard to describe it because I don't think anyone's done anything quite like this. There's the conversations, there's the talks, there's the mediumship, there are the near-death experiencers just talking about their experience. This is kind of putting all of those pieces together and trying maybe to make a little sense out of it for people.
So for people who don't know, you can see the sign right here, Providence of the Heart, and it is about those everyday affirmations that life is truly eternal.
It's a bit of an experiment, isn't it, in a way, to tell our private stories.
And in your case,
Yeah.
the past lives, it's the premonition, it's
Yeah.
the near-death experience. For me, it's the ghost story, it's the
Right.
open mediumship, and it's all these things that make people scratch their heads and say, I feel like maybe I've experienced some of
Is
this.
this real? Did this really
Real?
happen? How do you explain some of this stuff? But over and over and over again, you keep getting validations and you can't ignore it after a point, Thank you to everyone. And Scott, thank you for, being part of this. And thank you for, putting us on the Paranormal Project radio show, because it is tough to get word out when something is that new. So if anyone's watching this either live now or you're watching a recording of this later on, please do share it. Please do tell your friends, and please do think about joining us. It'll make it more exciting.